Good morning, South Africa. My name is Clem Pedro. It's Wednesday. We're in the kitchen, which must mean it's Culinary Hotline Bling! Toot, toot, toot! Yes, it is. And this morning we're taking on the Takeaway, bringing you the best of food truck culture. And I'm bringing someone to the kitchen that he takes all my money. He takes all my money. Shabir Parker's in the kitchen from Talladega Grill. Can we give him a hand? Woo! Shabir, I wasn't lying. I don't think there's been a week since I found out about you that I haven't ordered from you. Oh my goodness, that I've been on this little eating healthy plan and I'm saving my one cheat day. It's for you. It actually says Shabir's day in my diary. Shabir, welcome to the kitchen.
Thank you so much for having us.
I feel like I don't need to introduce you. You are so famous. Like your food has just taken over. It started in the Western Cape, now it's all over the country. You are doing big things.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing. It's an honor to have you here today. We're gonna cook, but I want to talk. I want to find out a lot about Talladega Grill.
Yeah.
So what is our first dish are we making?
So today, to claim I'm looking at a theme of leftovers, which is, we've all got things in our fridge that just lie there and we end up throwing them away. And a lot of what we do, you can adapt whatever you have at home and make your own version of it at home. So that's what my theme is today. So, for example, our first dish is a pulled chicken taco.
Oh, yes.
Which, we've all got a leftover rotisserie chicken or part of it in the fridge or a part of a chicken dinner that hasn't been eaten. It's just a matter of repurposing those things, adding some ingredients. You don't have to go out and buy stuff. Use what you have.
I love that. I love that. So, Africa, if you have any questions for myself or for Shabir this morning, send us a voice note to 063-408-8863. Shabir, let's start this chicken taco. Okay, so like you said, we're going to be using leftover chicken.
Yep.
And I feel like that is something that's very, I want to say common, because when we roast as a family, we don't just roast the one chicken that we need.
Yes.
We'll always roast another one, lunches,
100%,
leftover dinners.
100%.
If you're going to put the oven on, make it count.
Yes.
Do two chickens. So yes, we got our rotisserie chicken and we shredded it.
Yes. We've got some soft tacos, and you can use any wrap for that. You can cut it down to size if you want it a little bit smaller. Any salsa, if you don't have a salsa, just cut up some tomatoes, some onion, red onion or white onion, some coriander, and you can make a salsa, with simple ingredients, some diced jalapeno, some white cheddar, but again, use any cheese that you have. And yeah, it's a simple dish.
I like it. Okay, so let's get cracking. So first things first,
100%.
Tacos go down.
Yep,
so okay, we're going to build as we talk.
100%.
So Talladega,
yes.
Who doesn't know the name Talladega anymore? But where did the journey begin? And I know this actually started pre-COVID. So can you tell me about that?
Yes. So the business started after a trip to the US, basically, where we had been road tripping through the US and we had just enjoyed so much great food. I mean, some of the best food that we ate in the US was from food trucks. And we sort of came back to South Africa with renewed vigor to try and do some of that, and basically kicked off the business. A couple of months later, COVID started. We didn't really have an idea of where we were going, during COVID. I think it was just sort of tough period for everybody, and we initially did a few pop-ups. Then we got into a dark kitchen because that was that was sort of the order of the business at that point in time. Got into a dark kitchen.
Contactless.
Yes, 100%.
Takeaways, or dining, yeah.
Yeah, and then sort of, mid to three-quarter way through COVID, we ended up actually building our own food truck. At that point as well, there weren't that many opportunities available for food trucks because, sort of gatherings and events were not really sort of happening. So. We then, at the same time as we kind of had our food truck running for a few months, we were then presented for an opportunity with a store. And still all during COVID, we ended up finding that people had an appetite again for wanting to go out. They'd been boxed in for so long that they were now actually looking for opportunities to actually go out again.
But still, I feel like it was a period where we're told we were set free in a sense, but we were still being cautious.
Yes.
So we didn't want to be sitting in those crowds. And again, that's where Talladega came in. It was an amazing trip and exciting because you knew what you were about to get.
Yeah.
And everybody got into the car, took the drive, and then came back home again.
Yes.
It was an event. It was an event,
and 100% was. And actually, as tough as it was for a lot of people, it was actually a time that I really enjoyed being in business because you got to not face to face, but you got to really know your customer, got to really know your client.
Yeah.
You know, and I think things have changed a bit. You know, we've kind of gone back to a pre-COVID scenario, pre-COVID normal, and yeah. So, Clem, as you can see. This dish is done in a matter of minutes.
It is. And wait, let me give South Africa a quick rundown what actually happened, because I was lost in the conversation there.
Yes.
Soft taco, we went in when the mozzarella went down, a little bit of that salsa,
Yeah.
jalapeno went down, and then the shredded chicken, everything just sandwiched together.
Yes.
Super simple, so easy. This is an amazing recipe, and if you want to get it, check it out on expressoshow.com. Shabir, I want to hear more. Okay, we're not going anywhere,
super.
but I want to just take a bite of this first. And you know the thing they say, you never turn a taco to suit your, like, you know?
Yes.
You've got to kind of maneuver your head to go in. So we're going to go in for a nice bite. So simple, but so delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, Shabir, amazing.
Cool.
Now I can't talk. But anyway, get the recipe. Stay tuned. Shabir is going to be back with some more Culinary Hotline Bling.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And we are back in the kitchen, and Shabir is still with us. And what promises to be the mac and cheese you've never seen before in your life. Oh, and don't forget to mention, it's Culinary Hotline Bling! Okay, Shabir, tacos, phenomenal. I can honestly say that because I finished that in one breath. We are now making what's now going to be dubbed Zoe's mac and cheese, apparently.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's what I heard.
The pressure's on now.
Hey, so what makes this mac and cheese so special?
So, look, again, it's simplicity. And again, you know, I've gone with a twist on leftovers again. So I brought some brisket along. But I mean, you can do this with chicken, you can do this with whatever you've got in the fridge. Cut up a piece of steak, whatever the case may be, stick it in there. And it's also simplicity of doing this. So where the twist does come in is, you know, you're going to add a protein to it. And we're also going to add a topping which has got some crunch to it, which is why we've brought the panko breadcrumbs.
Nice. Okay, so let's get cooking. I know that your special cheese sauce is on the way. They're on the way with that right now. Let's see how they're doing. Tando, guys. Tando is in the kitchen this morning, so Tando's going to be coming in with a cheese sauce. Let's start off with, so we got our mac and cheese, and obviously you're using the actual macaroni.
Yeah.
When you cook it, is it al dente, or do you cook it a little further than al dente?
So because it's going to go into the oven again, I've taken it out at al dente.
Okay.
Okay.
Tando, thank you so much, Tando. You got to do like a little... Tando, you got to come back to the... Come back. You got to do a little thing, like a little curtsy. There we go. Okay, thank you, Tando. I think you should... Okay.
Cool.
So we've got our mac and cheese. Did you say you're going to cook it a little further than al dente?
Or even at al dente,
Okay,
because
even at al dente.
you're going to put it back into the oven to finish it up. So it's actually as simple as this. You know, you're going to take your cheese sauce, you're going to mix it into your macaroni, any pasta of your choice. You know, whether it's macaroni. I mean, we're doing a mac and cheese. I chose macaroni, but anything you have, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to stick to it. You're just going to give it a gentle mix through. You don't want to. You want to ensure that the macaroni still stays on for the most part.
Exactly, and also don't want to break it up.
Yeah.
So the mac and cheese, what's your go-to cheeses when you make a mac and cheese sauce?
So I've got a...
And I say cheeses because I'm sure it's more than one.
Yes. So I've got a prejudice for cheddar. I like cheddar. I love cheddar.
Yes.
I do like a little bit of Gruyere in a mac and cheese as well. One of the best mac and cheeses I've tasted had Gruyere in it. Other than that, you know, it's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
You know, if you like Gouda, use Gouda. If you like cheddar, use cheddar. Yeah, I mean, so if you want a bit of the cheese pool, add some mozzarella to your cheddar.
Oh, yes, please.
You know, so it's again, you know, there's no hard and fast rule here. So to this, we'll just add a little bit of chives, just to give you a little bit of pep in the flavor, and mix that through. And yeah.
It's so simple, but at the end of the day, I said the same thing with the tacos. Sometimes
Yeah.
the simplest things that give you the best results.
100%, you know.
And you're giving us all the tips this morning. So the brisket goes in, and like you said, whatever protein you have at home, you can pop that in there.
100%.
If you want that smoky flavor, smoked chicken,
Smoked
I think
chicken,
would be like a really
100%.
good option for
yeah,
this.
that's actually a fantastic option. Yeah, whatever, you know, some good cold meats like pepperoni as well, you know, would do really well in a dish like this. Yeah, so it's entirely up to you. There's no hard and fast rule with regards to
You've got a mac and cheese burger on the menu.
Yes.
Okay. So then my question is, who came up with that, and who comes up with the dishes on your menu?
Look, I think a lot of it is... So the early part of our journey, it was about what we had tasted elsewhere and what we had seen elsewhere. And currently now, because social media and especially TikTok is influencing culinary decisions, you know, and if you got to be abreast of what's actually happening out there in the world. And to that, so I think, you know, right now I've got two young daughters as well. They do bring some ideas to us.
Of course they do.
You know?
Of course they do. I mean, I can imagine, like you said, TikTok and social media influencing
100%,
food. And I love that because things are changing and happening so quickly, and that is also thanks to social media, but it also then means you stay creative and then the rest of the population gets to enjoy all the amazing food you're making.
100%. So, yeah, and I mean, the thing is, you know, like we listen to our customers as well, you know, like we've always had a beef mac and cheese burger. And a few years back, a customer said to me, why have you never done this in chicken? And I'm like, oh, that's actually a great idea. So, I mean, you can add mac and cheese to any burger with us.
So you listen to your customers, we listen to our viewers. We actually have 2 voice notes. Let's listen to our first voice note this morning.
Good morning, Expresso show. So my food truck will be called the Dog Father. I will be doing gourmet hot dogs. Easy to make, easy to eat, and the perfect street food.
Also the voice.
Yes.
And we can imagine you're going to place that order. Good morning. What would you like on your hot dog today? Oh, that's so, what a voice. The Dog Father, we absolutely love it. We have another voice note.
Good morning, Expresso family. My food truck's name will be Don Lee's Indian Cuisine. And the main attraction dish will be the famous Durban bunny chow.
Nice, love it. The voices this morning, so everybody's in bed. Everybody's watching this show in bed this morning, but I like that you're being creative this early in the morning. Shabir, how did you come up with the name Talladega Grill?
So there's a movie that in our friend group that we're a big fan of, which is Talladega Nights.
Yes.
The Will Ferrell movie. And it was sort of just, you know, messing around with names and you know, it was a joke, basically, you know. In fact, the whole idea of getting into the food business was never sort of that it would be a full-time thing. It was always going to be like a side hustle kind of thing. And, yeah, it just kind of kicked off and kicked on, so...
Let there be a message to the people out there. Have a side hustle.
Yes, 100%,
because, I mean,
100%.
the blessing is the day your side hustle becomes your main hustle.
100%.
Testimony right over here. And also, I know you said you came up with the name as a joke, but Talladega Grill, it just sets the whole scene. No questions asked. You know exactly what you're offering.
100%.
I absolutely love it. So this is going to go into the oven.
Yes.
How long does it go into the oven for?
So about 10-15 minutes. You just want to get it nice and golden.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a few minutes to cool, and then you can cut and slice. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
We are going to get to the oven because Zoe has said she's not leaving until she gets her mac and cheese. Actually, is Zoe there? Let me find out. But anyway, don't go in. Zoe's coming to the kitchen. Zoe's coming to... Very quickly, Zoe's going to show you the before of the Zoe mac and cheese. Okay, the Zoe mac and cheese is about to go into the oven.
Look at all that cheese.
You'll be back a little later to taste it.
Yes, please.
And you'll be back to see our third recipe. So stay tuned to the Culinary Hotline. Bling!
Ting, ting, ting. That looks good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And we're back in the kitchen. What promised to be the best Philly cheesesteak you have ever had, Shabir. It's smelling so good. I know what it looks like.
Okay.
Let's look it out the oven.
Cool.
Can we please put this together? And, oh, wait, before we do that, Zoe said, a generous portion, please. So I'm going to dish Zoe's mac and cheese so long so it can cool down because it is hot. Okay, there we go. So I'll call Zoe in a bit, and then Carl and Graham. I've got a side plate for you as well, if you do want. Okay, that's going to chill. Let's talk about the Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
Super.
You busy with peppers
and onions? Yeah, just you know, sort of large dice. Get that into a pan. Just get that going. Once that gets going.
And I like you keeping it nice and chunky. That's pretty cool.
Yes, yeah. Then again, I'm using a leftover steak here. This is a leftover piece of ribeye steak, which will go into the pan shortly. Just sticking with that theme, you know, this one steak, you can probably make 4 Philly cheese rolls out of it. So a family of 4,
wow, okay.
You could feed a family of 4 out of this. We'll just drop the steak into the pan, and then we'll just get this.
So you're not trying to cook the steak now. You just want to warm it through again. You're not trying to.
Basically, yeah, just to warm it through. Look, everybody's got a different preference for steak, you know. So I mean, this was done to medium rare, but obviously in a Philly cheesesteak, you know, this is it's gonna go from the pan into the oven. just to get it nice and toasty again. The other advantage of this recipe is, look, we're doing one right now, but you can, in a little baking dish, you can do 4 at a time.
Right,
So,
of course.
So you can actually get your filling done.
And not spend that much time
Not
in the
spend
kitchen.
that much time actually doing
well.
it. So you get home, you stick your oven on, and you do the rest.
So I'm going to call Zoe in now. I'm pretty sure mac and cheese has cooled down enough. This is the Zoe brisket and cheddar mac and cheese.
Oh.
There we go. You can pick your fork.
Chef
the gold
Glenn,
one, of course.
I'll grab the
you
gold
stand in the
one.
middle. You stand in the middle.
I'm in the middle.
I mean, how good does that look? And also, it's all about texture. The
It
crunch.
is about the texture. We've got the crunch. We've got the beautiful protein that just slipped off the plate. Grab it there. I love the flavors coming through. Look at the sauce.
And the sauce is amazing. It's so cheese rich. It's amazing. Now,
Oh, it is cheesy.
before you take another bite, Zoe. Sorry, I'm stopping you from eating. How rude.
It's okay.
If you had a food truck, what would you offer and what would its name be?
Well, it would be Everything Brown. So that's a food truck name.
You thought about this.
I thought about it this morning. So Everything Brown, so everything will be brown. From the decor to the actual food truck to the food, like brownies and golden brown buns, whatever that can be brown.
That is
will
very
be.
creative, and I think it's amazing. I think it'll kick
Everything
off.
will be brown.
Because it'll be very aesthetic, and we're all about the aesthetics. Okay, I love it. So everything brown, food. All right, okay, Zoe. So, and also mac and cheese. Final thoughts.
Chef, this is unbelievable. I believe this is being added to your winter menu.
Our winter menu, yes.
Oh, this is such a treat. This is winter comfort food taken a step up.
So
This
if
is
you want it,
incredible.
contact Talladega and be like, I want the mac and cheese that Zoe had on the show. And you'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Thank you, Chef.
There we go.
So this is my cue to leave and take my plate with me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay,
It's
so
my kind of work.
Super.
back to the Philly cheese.
100%.
Steak's looking amazing, and we've got our bun.
Yeah. So basically, again, very simple. You're just going to line the bun with some cheese sauce. I think you figured by now I'm cheese obsessed.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
100%. And you're just going to scoop some of the filling into here. So basically, you want to get enough peppers and onions in there.
Oh, you've got it. You're the experts in the kitchen. You know who's doing. Oh, it smells amazing. It smells so good.
And the thing is, it's a simple dish. There's no, anybody can make this. It's not a, you don't need any training to do this.
And also, I was going to say it's a simple dish. You haven't overcomplicated it.
Yeah.
It is the meat, it's the peppers, it's the onions, and then you go and you add the creaminess
Yes.
to it, which is the cheese.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then you just add some more cheese to the top. So in the US, you usually make a Philly cheesesteak with the cheese sauce we put at the bottom. They use Cheese Whiz.
Cheese whiz.
Cheese
yeah.
Whiz. And then obviously your filling goes on. And some Philly cheesesteaks have peppers, some don't. Some have mushrooms, some don't. And then we used white cheddar here.
Uh-huh.
They normally use provolone. On a Philly cheesesteak. Not readily available in South Africa.
So we've got
we
an amazing
We
option
improvise.
there with the cheddar cheese. And it comes out looking like this. It is amazing. The cheese gets melted over the top. Do you at the restaurant, blowtorch or just under the salamander, the grill?
Just under the salamander.
Because it's got that slight little char on it, which I think that salamander gives it a nice little
Yes,
pop of
yes,
colour. You know who hasn't actually had another taste on camera in a while? Graham Rich. I didn't even finish his name. Look, here he comes. Graham Richards,
Can I
everyone.
tell you so- There's always subtext on this wonderful show that we get to wake up to every morning, and I do intermittent fasting.
Oh.
And it's always a bit of a roll of the dice to see if I'm going to be broken or not. Buddy, the taco broke me. I didn't even consider it twice before. It was in my mouth before I started thinking about it, so it's done. Okay, but there ain't nobody saying no to the Philly, okay? It's just not going to happen. But how do you even approach it, man?
You approach it with caution.
Okay.
Okay, so we're
With
going to give you the one
respect.
over here, the malted one.
Is this the guy,
Yeah,
eh?
so same thing like the taco. You never tilt the food, right? You have to tilt to accommodate the food. Yeah, so you go in, crouch,
Okay.
touch,
Touch.
engage. There we go.
Engage. Wow, this is special, eh?
Whoa! Never. Wow. Okay.
I'm going over.
Now you see. Now you're supposed to talk to the people, and you can't. But look at the look on his face. Yes. We're tasting steak. We're tasting peppers. Malted cheese. The chive on the top is just a bit of freshness that this dish needs. I can read his eyes. I know what he's saying. And the way the cheese just melts, it's just a little bit of fat that this dish really needs. It's delicious. Flavor some cheesy, meaty.
You haven't mentioned the mouthfeel.
Oh,
Eh?
it's good.
Wow, it's a party. It's an engel.
It is.
An engel.
Is that an official 10 out of 10 Engels?
It's an 11.
Oh,
it's
my
an 11. That is
goodness.
absolutely delicious.
Super.
Wow, I'm going to go pray for my son.
You go do that. You go do that, Shabir. You've been absolutely amazing this morning. Three
Thank you so
amazing
much, man.
recipes. If you want to get those recipes, check them out on espressoshow.com. It's been an amazing Culinary Hotline Bling!